Hey, what's up? This is Adam. Welcome back so soon. This is FATMMA. We're talking about Bellator. This is still considered episode 2. This is part 2 of episode 2, I guess. We're going to be talking about Bellator 133 coming to you Friday. This Friday. Valentine's Day Eve. For all you fucking weirdos out there that would consider that. That's not what it's called, and don't ever call that. I was just assuming that there'd be at least one person that would call it that.
So, starting off with Bellator 133 in Fresno, California, what is the first fight?
Fresno.
Fresno,
Fresco.
Fresno, same difference.
No, man, don't say that to them. They don't like
My
that.
bad. I forgot the California people. A little on the edge of the sea quite a bit.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the temperature there.
Oh, yeah.
So, our first fight is going to be Chris Honeycutt versus Clayton McFarland. McFarland's on a streak right now. He's 4-0 in the professional MMA world. And Honeycutt's a step a little higher. He's a 5-0 guy. And with this fight, they're both fighting at 170. I believe this is a catchweight, or maybe some guy stepping down. Who knows? So, with Chris anyways, he had an impressive domination over Aaron Wilkinson, and ended second round TKO. Seemed pretty dominant if you ask me. Unfortunately for this other person, I'm going to marry now. I really don't know who he is, and I apologize if you're watching. No offense, but judging on the record here and what the experience is, since they're both new people up and coming in the MMA world, it's kind of hard to predict. So I'm just going to take a shot in the dark. I'm going with McFarland. I'm going to say it's going to be a UNAM win.
I think this sets off the Bellator card with a bang, like most fights do, especially free on Spike TV. You can't go wrong with free fights. If you're not able to pay for your cable and you're able to pay for your internet, I mean, what's the extra money? Like, I don't understand your situations. You can always go to a friend's house or go to a bar, but this fight is going to start the card off with a bang. Honeycutt, impressive. He's got power in these. McFarland, he's going to show that he's worthwhile. This is going to start that night off with a bang. I am looking for Honeycutt by TKO. It's going to be one of those fights that you'll be like, I am glad I am watching up and coming fights. I'm a fan of up and comers because I think sometimes when you're in the spotlight so much, you don't try as hard. Some people they lack or lay back. They don't really try as hard. Where
Like Anderson Silva there for like 2-3 fights in a row.
Yeah, well, you have to prove, that you're worthwhile, that you deserve to be in that spotlight. And when you get there, I find that you lose that eye of the tiger sense to want to fight, like go all out and take people out. I mean, there are still a few guys that do it. Whether they come out on top or wake up off the floor. I still applaud them for trying, like putting every effort into it. And it's not like these other guys are trying. It's just like they're not keeping the fans interested too. You have to have a good fan base behind you. A good educated fans. You could go a long way. And like John Fitch, look at him. I never thought anything was wrong with the guy. Yeah, he decisioned a lot of his fights, and he gets knocked out by Hendricks, and then we're out the door.
It seems like they were just kind of waiting for it, like almost like picking on him.
Yep.
But a good example of when fighters come in there and they don't want to show what they're made of, and they just kind of try to hold on, is Caleb Starnes.
I agree with you there against Nate Quarry.
Yep.
Way back before UFC's had a 1 in front of them.
But yeah, that was a perfect example. He just ran. He literally turned his back and ran for a good chunk of the fight. And Nate Quarry started making fun of him, then he got angry, and we all knew was happening after that.
If you're a fan of comic books, I suggest you check out Nate Corey's comic book. It's actually pretty good.
All right, so our next fight is going to be Julia Budd versus Gabrielle Holloway.
Holloway, yep.
This
This is a women's fight, so you know it's going to be good. The women, they bring it. They don't want people to take their division or their fighting lightly. They have a lot to prove, and they've been doing very well at doing it. Anybody that says a woman doesn't belong in the fight business is a fucking idiot in my eyes. The women bring it more than the guys do sometimes.
Like Dana White 2-3 years ago?
Yeah, and now he's all over Ronda Rousey. But
who isn't?
oh yeah, pick up Sports Illustrated too, by the way.
Just came out. Hot
Yes.
stuff.
Yes. But yeah, take these girls seriously. They come out and they put on show. They always come to scrap. If you've ever seen two women scrap it out at a bar, you know what I'm talking about.
It's vicious.
Really bad. But I'm looking for Gabrielle Holloway to show what she's made of tonight, on that night, tomorrow night. I can't wait to see this fight.
I'm going for my girl, Julia Budd. She's just much bigger than Miss Holloway, and I think she's just going to bring it to her. I think she's going to take it UNAM.
We'll see what happens tomorrow night.
Most definitely. So our co-main event here is Pat Curran versus Daniel Weichel.
Weichel, yeah.
Weichel. Sorry we butchered your last name, but there's so many vowels.
Yep. Daniel Weichel is sporting a 34-8 record. Weichel likes to play the submission game, and this is one of those fights where he's going up against the former featherweight champion Pat Curran, and in Bellator he's had some success. He's beaten Scott Cleave, Desmond Green, and Matt Bassett. Two of his wins have been by rear naked choke, and one has been by decision. But you cannot rest on the former champion Pat Curran. He just lost his belt after gaining it back in a gutsy fight against Daniel Strauss. If you did not see Bellator 112, I feel sorry for you. That was a hell of a fight. Curran was on his way to losing to Strauss again for this. Would have been the second time, and with about 14 seconds left, he put everything he had into that choke. Where did you get to see this fight?
Yeah.
You remember he had him in the choke, and Strauss was giving a thumbs up to the ref.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, and you're just watching the clock tick down, and then all of a sudden you see this hand go. Oh, I jumped out of my chair, man. Pat Curran, I've always been a fan of his. His first fight with Pitbull, it was a split decision. It was a close fight. It was a war, so you knew when they were going to meet who was going to step up more.
His last 3 fights have been a war.
Yep.
Like
5 rounds.
Essentially almost lasting all 5 rounds.
Yep.
Well, he lasted them, but in the second fight, he actually won with the rear naked.
Yep. I was really impressed with his fight against Joe Warren, too. I'm looking for Pat Curran to get back to his winning ways. I think, Mr. Weichel has the experience, but he is fighting a former champion, and that's a lot of experience in itself. It's going to be a great co-main event. I can't believe this fight is free on television. It's like early Christmas, and it's February. I am just so looking forward to tomorrow night when I get home from work and get into my comfies, grab a cold beer out of the fridge, and turn on the television and start watching some Bellator MMA.
So, did you say how they're going to win?
Oh, I picked Pat Curran. I think Pat Curran is going to win by decision.
All right, so with that being said, he's thinking decision.
I'm gonna switch it up here. I think Pat Curran's on a whole entire different level, and I think he's going to end it. I'm going to say ref stoppage, TKO, probably in third round, is when the heat's going to be turning up. So with that all being said, here we're going on to our main event. Our main event is Alexander Shlemenko versus Melvin Manhoef, and you know what?
You do not want to blink.
No.
This is going to be a hell of a main event.
With Alexander, he's already been in the MMA fights like up and down and around the corner. Like this guy is 50-9. That is insane. That by looking at that, you just know he just wins or loses the fight, goes on next week, another fight. He's a machine.
He is on a 2-fight losing streak, though. I mean, he did fight at Bellator's only pay-per-view to date, and he just outsized, outmatched in that fight. You know, Tito Ortiz is older. He's a veteran, former UFC champion. You knew Tito has, he's got tricks up his sleeves. He pulled him in early. Shlemenko didn't even tap out. He just passed out, and his loss to Halsey, that was the same thing. He didn't give up either. He was out. So he comes to fight when he freaking dropped Marshall with a body shot. Wow, the guy, he's a little guy, but he packs power in these fists. And
I always like watching like a knockout due to a body shot because you can just see the anguish on the face. Like they hit it, they back up, you see they're fine. Then all of a sudden you see the pain on their face. They just like crunch over, they fall, they try to fight, but they're just down for the count.
Yeah, and again, I can't believe this fight's free on TV. Melvin Manhoef, he came in to Bellator. He's been around the world fighting. He's got a 29-12 record. His first fight in Bellator, he knocked out Doug Marshall, who always brings it in the fight. That guy's got some power in his fist. But, he came up short against Joe Schilling, who is a hell of a kickboxer in glory too. So you gotta give it up. This is gonna be a great fight. I'm gonna say Shlemenko takes it. You don't want to miss this fight. It's gonna probably end in the first round.
Well, this is a fight of the Euros too. It's like Russia against the Netherlands.
Yeah.
So it's not. There's no Canada. There's no America. There's nothing. Just all European action right here. I'm going to actually jump on the opposite side. I think Melvin Manhoef is going to finish Alexander. I'm going to say knockout. I think he packs enough power where it's going to surprise me. He's going to fall on his ass, and I think it's going to be a win for him in the second round. So with that being said, guys, this is our Bellator 133 predictions. As always, please subscribe to us right down below. Go ahead and follow us on Facebook, on Twitter. We be active as much as we can. With more you post, more we respond, so you always know it's us. And as always, keep on following us, and we really appreciate it.
Look for us to talk about Bellator coming up on February 27th. That's going to be a stacked card. We got Czech Congo versus King Mo.
Ooh.
That's going to be a great fight. We got 2 title fights free on television. Friday, February 27th, Spike TV. You do not want to miss it. We're going to lay down our predictions in the next couple of weeks.
Hopefully it's like Czech Congo and Pat Barry. That thing was fucking insane.
That was insanity. Yeah. It's, you can't always just focus on one organization. Everybody claims to be the best, but it's not really the organization. It's the fighters within it. These guys on Bellator, I give them props. They could compete with some of the best in the UFC and in any organization around the world.
Just remember, MMA is a sport. It's not an organization.
Yep, it's all across the board. Even the ONE FC. There is an MMA fight going on this evening. We don't get it in the state in Canada. The World Series of Fighting is on actually as we speak. And for those of you watching, I hope you enjoy it. We've been writing letters to our cable providers to give us NBC Sports up here in Canada.
Come on, Shaw, dude. We got NBC. We just need NBC Sports.
We need NBC Sports up here because we're MMA fans and we love fight. Like, we love the fight game, and we want to be able to watch everything.
And also, you know what? We love doing this. We love you guys watching us. We like any type of criticism out there, good, bad. Just tell us what you want. And again, follow, and have a great night. This is James
This is Adam.
signing off.
Later.